Today, we're going to take a look at another full scheme. I'm Mr. Smith26 from thegamerslab.com, aka themaddenlab.com, and I would say that the most frequent question I've gotten since day one of Madden 13 is, where is your Ace Pair Chief scheme? When is it coming out? And last year, surprisingly enough, Ace Pair Chief went untapped by the entire tip community, aside from just a single play here and there. The game's best formation, how is that even possible? So when I showed people just how effective it was, I was getting an enormous amount of positive feedback from people saying that they couldn't believe that they never saw what this formation had to offer. So when I was getting all these requests at the start of Madden 13 for Ace Pair Chief, I was like, well, I don't want to rehash something that I've already done, especially so early in the year. You know, I want to move on to new things. I've already done that. But as the requests, kept coming through, I decided, you know what? Screw it. Let me just give the guys what they want. Now, to be quite honest with you, this is probably my biggest project yet. Just in the sense that I started messing with it about 2 months ago. I've got 12 stock plays in total, along with maybe 2 to 3 mix-up plays. And this is part 1 of 3 of a 3-part series. And guys, I've got 149 gameplay clips. 149. No word of a lie, I easily could have had 400 with the amount of route combinations that there are to show. But I think 149 is crazy enough as it is, so we'll just stick with that. Now don't worry, unlike the Patriot scheme, you guys are not going to have to wait too long for parts 2 and 3. Just give me about a week, and the full thing should be up for viewing. Now, before I get started, we're going to use the Pittsburgh playbook, because it has the exact same plays and more. With the exception of maybe one play, and we can definitely live without that play. So are you guys ready? Let's get started. So the formation we're going to take a look at out of the Pittsburgh playbook is Ace Pair Flex. Now, it's essentially Ace Pair Chief out of the Kansas City playbook. It just has more plays and is quite a bit better. Now, when I knew I was doing a 3-part series, I thought to myself, well, what am I going to show in part 1? And I finally decided I'm just going to show probably 2 of my favorite passing plays out of the entire scheme, beginning with probably my favorite, which is PA Power O. So we're just going to show it against nickel normal 2-man under just for the hell of it. And before I get started, I just need to explain a couple things. For every play that we call out of this scheme, it's really just based on one over effective route. Other than that, we're just going to make a lot of the same hot routes that we do on every other play. Effective hot routes that are going to allow us to hit underneath or hit this route or that route while keeping an eye on our over effective route. Now this is a hurry up offense scheme, so as we're running our hurry up offense, the defense is going to make certain adjustments. So once we get to the line, we're going to see what the defense has for us. If we see that we're able to take advantage right away with the play that we have called, we're just going to snap the ball as soon as possible and just get that route off. Otherwise, if we get to the line and we don't think that this particular play is good for the defense we're looking at, we're going to take our time. We want to run a hurry-up offense, but we want to be smart about what we're doing, probably more than any other scheme that I've showed you guys. So if you don't have the kind of defense that you're looking for, stay patient, make your hot routes. If they change up their defense, use it right up to the last second. We don't want to run clock on people because don't necessarily like that style of play, but make sure you're patient, okay? We want to find the area of the field that we can abuse the best. Now, for example, as I mentioned, we have 149 gameplay clips. So for every play that I show you, as I mentioned, we have one route that's over effective. So for every play, I have 12. I'm not going to show you every drag, every crossing route, every fade route, every halfback wheel out of the backfield, every auto motion. That would literally be 400 plays. So instead of doing that for every play, you're going to see me running that main route probably about 10 times, mixed in with a few crossing routes. Like if I call this play, you might see me throw to X 2 times, throw to the tight end maybe 3 or 4 times, and things of that nature throughout the entire gameplay footage. So just keep that in mind, okay? It's all about that main over effective route. So how do we set up this particular play? Let's just get started. And knowing me, after talking for 3 minutes, I'm probably going to mess it up right away. But we're going to block the running back out of the backfield. Now, for me, when you watch the gameplay footage, 99% of the time, I block the running back. We're under center, and The 4 routes that we have, RB, A, X, and B, I feel are effective enough that I don't need to put the running back on a route. Now, the one mistake I did make, though, to be quite honest with you, is even when guys were playing maximum coverage, I was still blocking the running back, even when I knew they were, just because I thought, you know what, I'm just going to play it safe and block it just in case. I would kind of branch out on this a little bit. This is probably the one mistake I made. So if you want to put your running back on a wheel route, you know, a flat route, whatever the case may be, even a block and release, you know, I would go ahead and do that, probably a little bit more than I was doing. But throughout this entire scheme, when I'm showing you, I'm just going to block the running back every single time, okay? So the route that we want to hit is probably the most effective pass-leading route in the entire game other than the fade route, and it's the B route. So let's take a look at it in action. We pass lead to the inside, we click on, and he drops the ball. So in practice mode, you're going to notice that I'm not going to get much separation. Let's just fast forward it. Here I get what? A yard or two. This is not an accurate representation of what happens in game. No word of a lie, other than absolute maximum coverage defense. When I have made an error and thrown into like 4 people, I have never, ever, not once been intercepted on this play. That's no word of a lie. This pass lead is so good, I've never been picked. Not by a safety up top, not by the guy covering him, nobody. Not even a one-on-one user defender, and that's seriously no word of a lie. So what we have here in this particular play is a situation where you're going to see in the gameplay footage, I'm going to get a massive amount of separation in-game on this route, where dropping it is never even really going to be an option. And you're also going to notice that even with 2 safeties playing deep, we're going to get a massive speed burst that's going to allow us to even split the safeties. Again, remember this quote while you're watching the gameplay footage. You're going to see 2 safeties up top. I'm going to pass this ball. I'm going to get an insane speed burst. I'm going to split the safeties and go right through the middle for a touchdown. That's how effective this play is. We're just not seeing it as much in practice mode. So let's move along to what else can we do with this play. So we want to put Y, you know, blocking in the backfield. The only thing I don't like about this play is, unlike any other play in the entire formation except for one, which is a running play, RB is lined up on the left side of the field. As you can see here, normally he's lined up on the right side of the field. So how do we take advantage of this and not give away to our opponents what play it is that we've called? Because for me, I don't like to run schemes where it's 4 different plays. One's out a bunch, one's out a split offset, one's out a single back. You know, it's just, that doesn't even make sense to me, because if I'm playing something like that, for the most part, unless there's some really glitchy stuff going on, I mean, I'm going to know where the ball's going, and I'm just going to set up my defense accordingly. I don't like that. I like to play mind games. I like the offense, or the defense, sorry, to have no idea what it is that we're running. So let's set it back up to here. So as we're running the hurry-up offense, if we get to the line right here, and we see that the defense is giving us what we need for this particular play, we're going to snap the ball as soon as we can. The other thing I really like to do is, if I really don't want the auto motion to take place, I'm just going to put RB on a drag or RB on a zig route. One of those 2 hot routes is going to maximize our potential for this play. We're going to block the running back. We're going to look for B, but we've got other routes that we can hit. That X route over the middle is a very good crossing route. The tight end is another thing that we want to pay attention to. So let me show you what we're going to do with the tight end, whether I succeed or not. For this route, any tight end corner route out of the entire formation, we want to pass lead down and to the sideline. We want to click on and continue to pull down and to the sideline. And the reason we're going to do that is because we don't want any defender being able to pick the ball off. If we pass lead down into the sideline and then click on and go down to the sideline, we're going to jump in front of any defender, hopefully, as long as we're doing it right. So let's take a peek. So down into the sideline, and then I want to try to click down and in as much as I can. Again, practice mode, I absolutely hate it. It just seems like every time I try to do anything, it just never works, but it doesn't matter. You'll see it in the gameplay footage. It works in-game. You can trust. So we're going to pass lead down, and we're going to continue to pull down as much as I possibly can. I'm getting a little bump there. But as you can see, the defender's not going to be able to pick that ball. Even though I don't make the play. Did that literally go right through my guy's hands? Oh, no. That was just a bad pass. So the defender still, even though we don't make the play, is not going to be able to intercept that ball because we are now guarding in front of him. Okay? Other than that, we're always just going to take a look at the field. You know, if they've got one safety deep on the right side of the field, we're going to do, you know, the best play in the game, the best route in the game, which is the fade. If we want to let our auto motion continue to the sideline, if they're blitzing, we're going to be able to hit RB in the flats. We're going to be able to look at the crossing route. So for me, if I'm running the play like, actually, you know what? Let's say I'm running the play like this. I'm going to look at X quick. Then I'm going to look at A, pass lead down into the sideline. And then I'm going to look at B. The only problem with this is for me at least, when I take a look at a defense, I pretty much know what's going to be open. Just, I don't know, it's just a sense that I have, especially out of this formation. So if I know that I'm going to throw to B, like I literally will just stare him down if I feel like he's going to be open. So a lot of the time you don't even need to get fancy with this particular route. We're just going to snap the ball. We're going to stare down B, and we're going to throw the ball. If he's not open, we've still got X that we can throw to, and we also have Playmaker if they're playing max coverage defense. So don't forget about Playmaker as well. So again, just a really easy setup. We could put him on a drag. We could put X on a zig route. We can put RB on a drag as well. I mean, honestly, guys, there's so much that we can do. It's just all about that one route. Okay? So, again, just pay attention to the gameplay footage. Pass lead to the inside with B is money. Pass lead down to the tight end. And the rest is just standard stuff. So now let's head on to play number 2.
Defense he wants to take advantage of. Look at the hand signals he's given to the receiver outside.
He'll throw it over the middle. Has the reception all alone. Play of this drive. 3rd and 10. The quarterback throws the pass. The Seahawks now move the defense with plenty of bodies in the box here on this play. Looks to his left. Right where it halfback has his team's attention here. After the long gain, let's see what they do here. Going across the middle, he has the grab. Touchdown, and this game is tight. The corners are going to meet the receivers right on the line of scrimmage. The throw to the left. Easy touchdown.
In his defense, he wants to take advantage of. Look at the hand signals he's given to the receiver outside.
Bills now move the change. And they bring him down at the...
Look at the hand signals he's given to the receiver outside.
The quarterback throws the pass. Greg Little with the grab. Touch signals. Offense costing themselves there. 2nd down following the penalty. He'll throw it over the middle. Percy Harvin with the grab. Back off. 1st down here after the run. Working that left side. Right image. 2 tights for this play. 3rd and 10. He'll fire it out to the left. Throws a strike. Now 1st and 10. Looking across the middle on the spot. 6. And he wants to throw it across the middle. Tackle. Here they come back to the line after picking up over 20 yards on that last play. Game formation here for the defense. Now 1st and 10. Trying to work that left side. They pounce on.
Look at the hand signals he's given to the receiver outside.
The throw to the left. The Titans get a 1st down. Scores
the power tackle, where the left tackle is the pass blocker.
Kenny Britt pulls it in. The quarterback throws to the right. Nickel formation for the defense here. 3rd and long. He'll throw it over the middle. Squeezes it into coverage. Six in the book. Set up by the long gainer. First down and 10. He'll throw it over the middle, right where it had to be. To get the snap. Looking across the middle, the quarterback throws it on the mark. That's a touchdown. For defensive back. Now first and 10. Looking for an open receiver on the right. Gains 15. Drive. Looking for an open receiver on the right. And that's a touchdown. Second down and 10. Looking to the right side and throwing. Inhales the pass.
Nice job.
The line after that catch for a first down. The quarterback throws to the right. Surges ahead. And he's taken out of bounds. Second and 10. Looking for an open receiver on the right. Hauls it in for the first down. Not giving up another inch. His team's attention here. Second down following the run. Looking for an open receiver on the right. Good piece down here. He's looking to the right here on this throw. He's going to be tackled. The defense comes out in the nickel. Second down and 10. Looking to the right side and throwing. Finds his mark in traffic. Play of the drive. The quarterback throws to the right. Touchdown.
So the next play we're going to look at is pretty obvious, and it's the first out of our 3 running plays out of the formation, and the play is called Power O. Now we're going to show this play for a couple reasons, and the first reason is because even before I started anything to do with Pittsburgh or Kansas City's playbook, I was running New England, and I was using this auto motion Power O to great success. I absolutely thought it was somewhat of a money play. That's how effective it was. The other reason that we're going to call it is because when we're running PA Power O, it has an auto motion, and we need to keep something to protect either play. We need the pass play to protect this running play, and we need the running play to protect the pass play. You're going to notice in the gameplay footage that a lot of the times when I'm passing with the auto formation, my opponent will come down to the line of scrimmage and try to stop the run to the right on the outside, only to find out that I'm passing and I pick up big yards downfield. Vice versa. When the auto motion happens, he thinks, oh, he's going to do that quick pass or that pass lead to the inside of that route. He goes to try to cover that route, guesses wrong, and I'm running downfield for big yards. So it's up to you to keep your opponent off balance. The only other thing that I want to tell you is everything about this scheme, again, is finding the holes. So are we going to run this particular play when we see a defense where we have this guy over here and say this guy here? I mean, no, we're not going to. That would be a very, very bad idea. So throughout the entire time that you're running hurry up offense, you're going to see all sorts of coverages. Again, just pick your parts. Stay patient, okay? You're in control of everything. You know what you're going to do and where. They can't change their defense over and over nonstop. You're going to be able to find the hole. And even if they do take away that one route manually, we do have a lot of other really nice routes that we're able to go to, okay? So if they play a defense like this, this is a prime spot to be running a run to the outside, okay? So we want to mess with our opponent's head. Again, that's up to you. We snap the ball. Their linebackers are playing over the middle of the field, and all we want to do is just kick it to the outside and pick up some nice yards.
Third down. Handoff. Gets past the first wave.
It's a match good enough that it could keep Jake Locker, first-round drafted quarterback, on the bench again for the second year.
For the 9th play of the drive. Third down and 2. Short run. Will go ground. Takes it across and here for the defense. First and 10. The give to the running back. That'll stop the play right there. It heads to the line for the 7th play of the drive. Here's the handoff to Adrian Peterson. Finds the sacred zone.
So now we're going to take a look at my second favorite passing play out of the entire formation, and that play is called wide receiver clown cross. Now we're going to show it against nickel normal defense for a specific reason. Let me just get to that right away. We'll just block our running back and put A on a streak. We'll actually also put B on a fade route because this is my stock setup generally for the play. So what we need to do is figure out what formation are we facing. We have 4 down linemen, so it's not 4-3. It could be a 4-3 defense of some sort, but just based on my knowledge here, I see 2 linebackers over the middle of the field. Now, even though I know I called nickel normal, this looks like a nickel defense to me, okay? So what does that mean for this particular play? Our tight end route, Gronkowski, RB, is absolutely going to torch his man every single time in any defense that's not 3-4, 4-3, or 5-2. Or I guess 4-4, but any defense nickel and above, like nickel, dime, 3-2-6, quarter, any of those types of defenses, this route is going to get open big time. So let's just show you what I'm talking about. He is just going to torch his man for whatever reason every single time. So let's take a look here. Look, he looks covered, but we know the defense. Okay, keep in mind, especially if it's a dime or, you know, because they've got 1 linebacker over the middle of the field or a quarter or something like that, we're going to know. So all we have to do is stay patient, and he's going to burn his man every single time. Let me just show you. I'm going to back out. I want to take a look at it against, maybe not a 5-2, but we'll go 4-3 stack. Clown cross, streak, block. This guy's not going to get open. He gets open to a certain degree. You know, it's still not bad, but not in the way that we do against nickel and other formations like that. Just run the play, see how he sticks with this man just a little bit. And again, we're going to show it to you against a different formation other than nickel, just to show you that I know what I'm talking about. And this does work every single time. Clown cross, streak, block. Throw to our tight end. He just torches the guy like it's nothing. So it's all about reading your opponent's defense. Now, the unfortunate part about this entire thing is I did try to come out in, say, split close shotgun, force them to come out in a dime defense or a nickel defense, then audible down to that play and get the wide open tight end. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. For whatever reason, they make the right adjustments, and the play is just not going to be open. So again, let's just take a look at it again against nickel normal, I guess. Reset ourselves. So if you ever do find, you know, I'll audible to this play, or even before I audible to this play, I'm always kind of, especially in like a 3rd down situation, I'm looking, is it 4-3, is it 3-4, is it nickel, dime, whatever. If I get that read, I'm just going to hit RB all day long, and then literally he's going to have no clue. He's going to be like, why is my guy reacting like that? And he's not going to know the reason why unless he's watched this video. So the other adjustments that I'm going to make, again, is I'm still going to block Y. This route here out of the backfield, this delayed blue route, it actually looks pretty good, but the only time that it is really good is if they're blitzing or they're playing a really bad zone defense. So again, I'm always going to block that. Put B on a fade route. I can put A on a streak, but if I don't see the coverage that I have for RB, I'm just going to put either A on a fade or A on a drag. Or I can mix it up and go A on a fade and RB on a drag. Again, these are all just these little tiny things that you're going to do just to kind of confuse your opponent. You know, one time you put RB on a fade and A on a drag. Just that alone is enough confusion, because if he thinks that he's going to cover the fade on A and then RB's on a fade, well, he's kind of covering the wrong guy. If he's taken the guy that's supposed to be covering A and he thinks he's running a fade and now he's running a drag, well, he can still stop RB because it's going in that area of the field, but now he's left A wide open. So it's just all about mixing up. Like so many times, I'll just cross these 2 routes right here, you know, just mix them up, the exact same thing, but just flip-flop them. You could put B on a streak, you know, but what's the point? You know, put put B on a fade because then we can pass lead it. Now let's get again to the over effective route. This is our setup. And let's take a look at X. As soon as he makes his cut in, we're just going to pass. We're not even going to pass lead. All we're going to do is throw a bullet pass. And for whatever reason, just like that RB route, as soon as he cuts in, just before he's about to make his cut, when we throw him the ball, he's just going to torch his man. Watch this. We pass the ball, and look at that. Just every single time, if it's man defense, he's going to run away, and we're not even pass leading. So we're going to get touchdown after touchdown after touchdown, first down after first down after first down against that. It works against man. It works against zone. Even when I was labbing this up with my lab partner, and he had played zone coverage. Okay, so initially for me, I was coming in. I was about to make the throw here because it was zone and he was covered to the outside. Manually, he was covering him. He's like, I'm not letting you throw that route again. I'm calling zone. He thought zone was going to do a good job. He had to manually cover it himself. And by the time he got over there to manually cover the play, let's take a look at what happens. So watch. I'm going to call, just say a cover 3. It doesn't matter what the result of this play is. I'm just going to do whatever. And I'm just probably even going to take the sack maybe. But we let the route develop. It comes to the outside. And then as you can see, he comes right back to the inside of the field. As I told you, I wasn't really trying to run the play. I'm just showing you exactly what happens. So we've got this route here. Our opponent thinks he's got it user defended because we're normally throwing right there. But as it's covered, if we just wait a little bit, he's going to come back to the inside. And as you can see, nobody around him whatsoever. And, my lab partner was like, well, goddamn. I mean, it just took forever. Like, what was the guy doing? He made like 8 moves. So this particular route is extremely effective. If they're calling man-to-man defense, it's nighty-night. Even versus a large majority of zone defenses, I mean, we're going to be able to hit that. If I had thrown the ball right there, even with this defender here, probably still going to be able to make a play. Probably still going to be able to make a play. So again, it's that one over-effective route that we just want to take advantage of. If we see it nickel, A on a streak. Otherwise, all those different route combinations, I would put probably, I wouldn't ever put B on a drag. I mean, there's really no point in that, I don't think. I think just the primary setup is either like this, or like this, or like this. And of course, blocking our running back. So there you have it again. 2 incredibly tough plays to stop. They are both on the same side of the field, but as you're going to see a little bit later, we do have other plays that are absolutely significant for the right side of the field. It's all about picking our holes and things like that. Even on this stock play here, if we wanted to, I mean, yeah, we're looking at the left side of the field for the money route, but we've got that tight end, again, for pass lead down to the corner. Click on, pull down, make the catch in front of the defender. Okay, guys, so now we are going to our final play of the scheme.
5-step drop. Scrambling out of the pocket. Sanchez with the deep throw. And here he goes. What a way to start the game. 2nd down and 10. Throwing out to his left. Hauls it in for the first down. There was a lot of dissension in that locker room.
Well, yes. When you lose, you're going to have some unhappy players, and it is about getting players that can work together.
Right up the middle. It's a pass all the way, working that left side. The Giants now move the chains. He's in the clear. All things up at the line of scrimmage. Steps back to throw. Trying to work the middle of the field. The pass had to be perfect.
Good job.
5-step drop. The throw to the left. Jumps up and comes down with it. Eyeing that left side. And that's a touchdown. 2nd down and 7. He'll fire it out to the left. Right on the money. Now they take shot. Now 1st and 10. Looking for an open receiver on the right. Always aware of the change. He's got the catch. And he's steps back to throw. Looking for an open receiver on the right. He's brought down.
Okay, so clearly I didn't mean the final play of the scheme. I just meant the final play of part 1. And of course, the play we're going to look at is a play that was extremely effective last year, halfback belly weak. Unfortunately, it's not as effective this year, but it still is a very strong running play. Again, the one thing that we want to do is we want to be able to take advantage of all areas of the field. So we do need an inside run, and this is a great inside run. With the defender on the outside, as you can see sitting over here, right here, you know, running a play to that side, it could still work because he might be in a particular defense that's going to allow him to get blocked, and we're still going to pick up a ton of yards. But I just like to be smart. I just want to go to the areas of the field that I just feel are going to be open, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So if I see a specific formation like this, I see that we do have somewhat of a hole here because these two defenders have a bigger gap than these two. So really, this is a prime spot for running the ball right at those two defenders with that gap. And halfback belly weak is a great run to do that. So there's a couple ways that we can do it. And the main way really is just snapping the ball. So what we're going to do, we're going to snap the ball, we're going to follow our blockers, and get upfield. Now let's take a look at the replay. So last year, this player here that's blocking all the way over would come over and be able to pick up a block right in the middle of the field. Unfortunately, this year, he doesn't quite do that. As you can see, he kind of veers off, so the play isn't quite as effective. But just because of the way that the physics are in the blocking, we are still able to get a pretty good hold even without that block. Okay, so that's really just the main way that we're going to run the play. Just going to snap the ball and run it as is. Very effective. But as you're going to notice in part 2 and 3, is we are going to be doing some motions with these wide receivers. Okay, so the first thing that we might want to do is motion over here. Now, if a defender follows us all the way over, we're going to go all the way over, snap the ball, and then who knows, maybe we can kick it to the outside. If there's not a safety playing there, we might be able to take it to the house. If the defender over here doesn't follow us, then I'm probably going to have no success here, but I'm going to snap the ball maybe right in that scenario. Now, what do you know, just as I thought, the person that we motioned over into that area was actually the guy that made the tackle, which is why we do not want to be snapping the ball. If we're being followed by a defender, we don't want to snap the ball in this area because, look, take a look. He's going to come in, and he's going to be the one that makes the play. Because what we're doing is we're essentially bringing him into the area of the field that we want to run. That is a very, very bad idea. So it's just all about what you get when you motion this receiver. You're going to know within a couple steps, can I snap now? No. Okay, I got to wait. Wait till he gets over there. Snap the ball. Am I kicking it inside, outside, whatever? Just go to the hole. The other thing that we can do is, you know, I don't really like this because it doesn't really fit with what it is that we're doing. But if I motion RB over here and then flip the play, we're going to get RB now blocking to this side. Once in a while, I'll throw this in just because if I've been running a lot of the same stuff, my opponent's catching on, I want to throw in something a little bit different. So, you know, he's tapping his shoulder, make him think that we're doing a drag route just like we do. You know, if we run a drag out of a passing play, our quarterback's going to tap his leg on the one side that we're running to. If we go like this, he's also going to tap his leg, okay? So we're going to be able to disguise it in that fashion. So once we snap the ball, take a look at the blocking we get. See how we had a guy coming right through the gap, just like this, and who picked him up but the guy that we motioned all the way over. Look at this. Right there. Boom. Just came right in and just torched that guy, allowed us to go all the way out to the outside and pick up a good 8 yards. You know, unfortunately, the only reason that we have to do this to get that blocking from that player is because, you know, he's just not blocking the way that we want him to from this position. And unfortunately, in game, I don't know what it's going to do in practice mode. Yeah, still can't snap the ball. We have to wait until our tight end gets all the way over to the left side of the field before we can snap the ball. And that's just not something that we want. Even if we let him sit down, as you can see, he blocks to this side of the field and really doesn't even do anything because by the time, I mean, he's not even doing anything and we're getting tackled. So I would not really suggest that. So if you yourself, I am not going to show you anything where we motion this player over. I'm just not. The only other thing that I could suggest that maybe you do is if you motion this player over and then actually audible to PA power O. Now this is something that you can do. Okay, you can maybe work in a little something, but that's not anything that I do, but it is something kind of smart that you could use if you do feel like using that blocking scheme. Because let's just run it one more time and let's see how much of a block Gronkowski is going to make for us. We do need to flip the play in order for him to block to this side. And let's see what happens. Again, he picks him up. I know it is the same formation, so we're probably going to get the same result. But that's the only way that we're going to get the blocking that we need out of that specific tight end. So just work it in. Again, that's it for part 1. I've got a lot more to show you with different formations and plays, with a lot of motions with this guy over here. Just a lot of different things. So stay tuned. I hope you liked what I showed you today, guys, and we'll see you later on in the week.
The wide receiver in motion. Now 1st and 10. Going off tackle here. Left side. Gains 12. There's the quarterback barking out new signals. Here comes the wide receiver in motion. 1st down and 10. Will go ground. Breaks free. Has some space to work with. Going to take it the distance. Touchdown.
Well, was it one?
Motions the wide receiver. Now 1st and 10. Jamal Charles carries the football. He's in the clear. Touchdown. Things up at the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10. The quarterback will hand it off. 6 in the books.
Every team puts in their offense when they go to training camp.
He's going to the left. Scores the touchdown. Receiver shifting around in motion. Now 1st and 10. C.J. Spiller. Bringing the play to an end.
Easy completion. Boy, they saw something on the offense. It caught their attention. Look at the defensive line. The ball shifting to the right.
Takes it. Number 6 coming up on this drive.
Look at the signal. The D-line is all shifting down inside. They're expecting a
He's in for the touchdown. 2nd and 10. And the give now to Chris Johnson. Tackle was made.